Hey, everybody, good morning. Nothing like a little Rough Riders anthem here from DMX to pump you up on a hump day Wednesday.
Right. Get them going in their cars out there.
Let's go.
Their offices.
Devin, Dixon, Paulie Ratliff, Tara's pushing the buttons. We are the Drive morning team, and we are revved up. Late night for me last night. Woo-wee.
Yeah.
Was up in Cedar City. I'll tell you what. Drill competitions, I learned something last night. Drill competitions take a long time.
Yeah, it's not a sprint. It's a marathon out there.
I think I could run a marathon faster. I mean, if I trained.
Yeah, if I trained.
If I train, I mean, 4 hours to see 6 drill teams to see 18 dances. 18 dances. Now, they do a good job filling the void. They have local dance studios performing in between, you know, military and dance and the show routines.
That's right.
And then they had the Blaze dance team, the T-Birds dance team, and, you know, a bunch of awards and the drill
So it's your
down.
one-stop shop if you're a dance fan. You get all kinds of youth and ages and the high school, the
You
college.
ought to try it. You ought to try it.
Yeah, invite me out to the next one. I never get the invite.
State drill championships January 30th and 29th and 30th.
Okay.
29th and 30th.
One day before the old
put that in your
D-Day,
calendar.
right, buddy?
Yeah.
You'll get a little drill right
This
before
is
your birthday.
Year 6 of 8 of having state drill on my birthday.
Yeah.
It's quite the treat. But when you're in your 40s, it doesn't really matter.
That's right.
It's not like I'm going out to Vegas all night.
You are, actually.
Oh, we are?
Because it's the Vegas Golden Knights Kraken game.
I know.
The morning skate, at
Oh,
least.
wow. Did you just hear that?
I know.
Like,
There's
I know.
reservation.
I know. That's
Wow.
that's Saturday, January 31st?
I don't know. It's the 31st.
Check the calendar.
Saturday, yeah.
Saturday, yes.
Yeah, I have tickets.
You have tickets, I
have
know.
tickets to that game. But I said, hold on, don't send them to me yet because I might switch to another game. And so,
Wow.
yeah, I don't know when I'm coming back from. I'll be up north. We'll be up north for state drill. I guess I can just drive home that night. I can pull the all-nighter.
You're going to miss morning skate.
Yeah. Oh, I know. And then the next Monday, everybody's like, your schedule sounds like mine. Was they're waking up and driving to work. That next Monday, I got to be in Ventura, California.
Oh, wow.
So that's a loaded weekend.
Yeah.
That is the off week between the playoffs for the NFL. That's the lead up to the Super Bowl,
That's right.
which I got to figure out how to get tickets to too. A lot going on. You know what I mean? Wednesday morning, you're making me think about my schedule. Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me, TA.
Sorry.
Oh my gosh.
You know I'm a planner.
I know.
she is.
Well, especially when it comes to hockey, I get it.
Oh, yeah.
I get it. We'll see. There's the good news in hockey is I got games clearing into April and May, so
That's right.
I'm still got options.
You do.
That's
You do.
just ended up being a little bit more of a loaded weekend than I was anticipating when I was like, oh, it's my birthday weekend. What are we gonna
Let's go.
Let's go to the Knights game.
Yeah.
And now I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know.
well.
I still can make it. Are you going for sure?
Yeah.
Gosh,
Yeah, it's the Kraken.
I know.
I'm going.
She'll be there.
I know. What time's morning skate?
Usually about 8.
8 a.m. in Vegas?
Yeah. Sometimes I'll wait till later, though, like
They don't
11.
play the game for 14 hours. What
Yeah.
are we? Why so early?
I don't know.
Why don't they call it mid-morning skate and do it at 10 a.m.?
Right. Sometimes they do. It just kind of depends on when the team gets in and
Yeah.
what's going on. So,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
All right. Good morning, everybody. We're inside the Finley Hyundai Studios. We've got our schedules worked out. We got a busy schedule this week.
Yeah.
Busy
We
schedule
do.
this week.
Yeah.
As I was saying, though, there was a method to what I was doing. I was up in Cedar City at the Region 9 drill last night as we check what's going on around the water cooler and saw the Region Drill Championship. And the Desert Hills Thunder win first place in dance and military. They take
Yes.
third place in show,
Yeah.
and they
Yeah, there we
are
go.
your Region 9 drill champs.
Yeah.
For
About it.
back-to-back Region 9 drill champions.
Oh, really? Wow.
The T-line at Desert
Okay.
Hills.
Back to back.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't yell at sporting events except for like when I go to a Seahawks game. But
Or your daughter's soccer games.
No, I don't yell
Shoot
much
it.
at those. I do say shoot it. I do say shoot it. You've heard that on the video.
Every time, yeah.
It works. It was a goal. Well, I don't know what you want me to do.
You're prompting her. That's right.
Yeah.
She listens so well. As every kid does, right? All your kids listen well. All mine listen really well. Anyway, now I lost my train of thought.
Sorry, you said you don't yell at events.
Oh, except for Seahawks games, or the only time I really yell.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm fully invested. I have been for years. If I could only watch one of my sports teams for the rest of my life, I would probably go with the Seattle Seahawks. I am a homer. I am an apologist. Paul, you've known this since the day you met me. Me and Boss tried to get to a game or two every year.
Yeah.
And I've got more jerseys on order as we speak, adding to my collection. Do you know what did I tell you what jersey I ordered
No.
a week ago?
I don't think so.
No. You want to take a guess?
I kind of want to be surprised.
Okay.
No, I want to know.
She wants to know, though.
Yeah, I can give you each 5 guesses of Seahawks players, and I bet you can't guess the one that me or my son picked.
Is it a current player?
Is it like a throwback?
Yeah, current player.
Current player.
Current player.
Okay.
Shahid?
No.
Hey, Jinx, you owe me a Coke.
No, good guess, but no.
Yeah.
That was on the top of the list. That was in tough consideration.
E-Man Worry.
You got it.
I did.
Wow.
Nick. I love Nick.
Yeah.
That's the one I
assuming
chose.
more of an off-script guy, not
I bet you can't get the other one.
Ernest Jones.
Nope.
Who's having a great year this
Good
year.
guess. He is.
Let's see. I think that's probably my only, my E-Man Worry was kind of my off-script guy. I don't have another.
Well, I pulled an audible
deep
because
dive.
I love Cooper Kupp coming home, the story.
Okay.
I love when he's been to the locker room. I know he's not the same receiver he was with the Rams, but we don't need him to be. We got Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Right.
I've already got JSN jerseys.
Yeah.
I was surprised myself when I asked Boston, because he's got Reek and he's got a one and he's got JS and he's got more Seahawks jerseys than I do. Probably because I'm usually getting them for him. Yeah. Anyway, he picked Byron Murphy III.
Oh.
Wow.
Defensive
Okay.
tackle.
The tackle. Big fella.
Rocking the highest Seahawks number Boss has ever rocked.
Okay.
Since Doug Baldwin, he rocked 89. He's rocking 91 now.
Okay, I
That's
like Byron.
Stamkos' number.
Yeah, that's a good number.
Sam
Like
would
that.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
that's a good one.
Did Paulie get a signed Stamkos puck from Sammy yet?
No.
No. She's hoarding those.
She's keeping those.
Didn't she have like 10 of them?
Yeah. Well, 3.
3.
Tara's mantle is decorated with them
With
when you go.
Stamkos pucks, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's fun.
Oh my goodness. Good stuff. So we're off and running. Congrats to the Tempest Line Desert Hills. I don't
Yeah.
think any of those girls are out of bed yet. Neither the E-Shells, neither the Jetettes, neither is any of the. I mean, I don't know. They probably were on cloud 9 last night. I doubt they slept much.
Right.
The results went like this last night at the Region 9 drill competition. For any of you dance moms that remember the days that I'm going through as a dance dad, this is year 6 of 8 for me.
Oh, wow.
Because my older daughter, Lucy, danced for 4 years. And her senior year, she graduated, then entered my freshman, and she's in a sophomore right now. So I've got, this state tournament and junior and senior season of dance. So I'm getting this drill thing down.
Yeah.
I'm getting it down pretty well. But
So how does your as far as your understanding of it go? Because I remember years in the
Like
past,
scoring and everything.
That you would have wanted to know more about the scoring, like you say, and some of the other intricacies of the sport. Like, how are you now? This is year 6. You've had some time to learn and grow as a drill dad.
Yeah.
So how much have you learned over the years?
They're looking for formations. They're looking for clean routines. They're looking for the level of difficulty. They're looking for no mistakes.
Look at this. This sounds like an expert.
I know enough to be. I could have got on the mic last night on the live stream with Ryan, and I would have been fine. I could have winged it.
Okay, I
could have
like
winged
your
it.
confidence.
Yeah.
We could have talked to RPI. I could have introduced the coaches. You don't have to talk during the routine. This is like Dancing with the Stars. You just watch.
Oh, okay.
And then you react.
Okay.
So
during the routine,
so you
the
don't do a
play-by-play is
play-by-play.
silent. Yeah, there's no play-by-play during the dance, right?
Well, you could.
Well, but there isn't generally, right?
I guess.
Like,
that's,
what are some of the dance moves that you'd say during play-by-play?
Yeah, I mean, front handspring into a backflip. I mean, you've got
so like the
you've got
gymnastics.
lifts and
Round off,
you have
isn't that one of
lifts
them?
and you have snap ups where you're on your back and you snap up to your feet. They have they have round offs. Yes, that's one.
Yeah, I've heard that term.
So my dance terminology is coming along nicely.
Yeah.
Good.
I have 3 daughters, so you can imagine, right? But yeah, Region 9 in military last night, Desert Hills was first, Snow Canyon was second, Crimson took third.
Oh.
And I remember just a couple of years ago where Crimson was just, a new drill team. And they struggled for the first couple of years. They have gotten good quick. They've got some coaches over there now. They're getting really good participation, a lot of good dancers. Crimson had a good night last night, I thought, and they've had a good show routine all year. They just needed one of those other two to complement it because they took dance third as well. So Crimson was third in dance and third in military, and then overall took second. Desert Hills was first overall. They took first in dance and military, and then they took third in show. And so, and then Cedar took second in dance. Snow Canyon took second in military and third overall. So, Jetettes, they didn't place in the top 3 in any of the 3 categories. Neither did Pineview. Now, Pineview is kind of like Crimson was 6 or 7 years ago, where this is their first year with a drill team. We have 6 there's 20 drill teams in 4A, which is what? 6 less than they have basketball teams. So not every school has. I mean, Hurricane doesn't have a drill team, right?
Okay.
They don't have a drill team.
Okay.
I think 16 go to state, so 4 drop off.
Oh, okay.
And there's 2 days, and you cut it down to there's 4 pods, and you take first and second the pod, and then there's 2 wild cards.
Oh.
So you go, I think it's 16 down to 10 for day 2. Is I believe how they do it, unless they've restructured it. So congratulations to the T-Line. They were first, Crimson second, and Snow Canyon took third last night at the Region 9 drill competition. I was watching basketball on my phone, Paulie.
Yeah.
And I thought at certain points I had to, still pay attention, but there's so much time in between. And then there's the studio dancers. I was able to catch a good clip of the end of the Utah game against K-State. And I was able to catch a little bit of the nightcap when I got home. I actually caught the last, 4 minutes when I got back to my house. I was able to watch the very end of that. That was a 9:00 tip-off last night.
Yeah, it
between the
was.
Aggies and the Running Rebels of UNLV. Not a great result for either team. They both lose. And Kansas State was on the hot seat. They were 0-5 in Big 12 play. And Utah couldn't make a bucket down the stretch. Probably should have beat them if they could throw it in the ocean.
Yeah, Utah State was up 14 with fewer than 13 minutes to play. They basically fell apart. I mean, the Ag Ship, which is one of my favorite Utah State Aggies Twitter accounts, they said Utah State, frankly, suffers an awful home loss to UNLV, 86-76. The Aggies have no one to blame but themselves. And I agree with that. If you're up that many points with 13 minutes at home, UNLV went on a 42-18 run to end the game. I mean, oof, that is rough. And that's and that falls on coaching as well.
And that's 2 losses in a row.
And that falls on coaching. When you have that big of a lead and you let that big of a run up, that's not using your timeouts well enough. That's not motivating your players on the defensive end well enough. Like, that's a Calhoun. That
he
goes
was
a little bit
coaching
on,
them. I mean, I was watching it. He took
I'm sure he was working the sideline.
He took a timeout at about the 4-minute mark and was like trying to calm down everybody. And they still had, I think, a 3-point lead, but the comeback was there. They were right within striking distance. And he was trying to settle them down, and it didn't work. It just didn't work. Mason Falslev was about the only guy that could make a bucket down the stretch.
Yeah.
I think he had 21 on the night. They were fighting for loose ball rebounds. That Jones kid, Tyrus Jones, the freshman from UNLV that leads the Mountain West Conference in block shots, that kid looks like a pro to me.
Yeah.
I think Josh Pastner, the new coach of UNLV, he's done a good job getting some good, talented freshmen that are helping him now. And they might be fast-tracking to be relevant again. They haven't been relevant since Jerry Tarkanian was the coach.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, truly relevant.
Truly relevant. I agree.
But Pastner's taking some teams to some, runs in the NCAA tournament. And I thought that was a pretty solid hire for them.
And this is Pastner's a guy that he was a head coach in 2009. People forget this. At 31 years old,
he was young.
He was the successor to John Calipari. The year after Calipari leaves Memphis, goes to Kentucky, they hire Pastner. He's been a head coach forever. Georgia Tech. I mean, he had multiple stops, but UNLV, maybe he gets it on the right. They're only 8-8 this year, but
they're young.
They're young,
I mean,
and maybe he builds
guys.
something, and maybe he's maturing as a coach.
And maybe Utah State's not as good as we thought they were.
And maybe that's the truth.
Maybe
as
the
well.
15-1 start was a little bit misleading.
Yeah.
I would agree with that.
I mean, you
I was
can't
high
beat
on
an
the
8-8 overall team on your home court with the bowl sheet rocking.
Yeah,
that's a problem.
Yeah.
That's a problem. And, they still got a chance to win the Mountain West, and they still have a resume to build, and they still could get to the NCAA tournament.
They could.
But this two-game losing streak better serve as a wake-up call.
It will, and it needs to be more of the supporting cast. I mean, it was so influential that certain guys came back from last year's team, but Falslev's the only one playing above his head, playing better, I think, than last year. So they got to get some more progression in the lineup as far as the development goes and down the stretch of the season if they want to be a contender in the Mountain West.
I'll tell you what, the Spectrum and the students, they were doing their job last night. They were loud. They were proud. I saw the UNLV players late in the game. One, I think, was chirping from the bench to somebody in the crowd. Like, they were in UNLV's heads, but they also motivated UNLV a little bit because they responded and got the dub. This was a tweet last night from Mike Folta. And he said, best student section this side of the Mississippi is at USU basketball. Just give this a listen. Give this a listen. And Scotty G, who's now the voice of the Aggies, is in there somewhere calling the game, and I love Scotty G.
Got the hands
It's like
going. All
the
in
fight
unison.
song or something.
But, Paulie, this is pregame.
Yeah.
I know.
Like, the game hasn't even started.
And it's jammed.
And look at this, the whole way behind the court.
Yeah.
Everybody's
in it.
They have 6, 7 student sections filled to the brim, and then you could see over behind the UNLV bench where the visiting seats usually sit. There's a little 2 sections that halfway up are pretty open.
Yeah.
The rest of the arena is pretty packed.
It's packed.
The pregame. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people were there early because Utah State men's hoops tweeted out yesterday, big game, big giveaway.
Yeah.
First 250 students and 250 fans. That's only 500 total of these things. Will go home with a free replica Spectrum. They got the the court little giveaway. One of the cooler giveaways I've seen. So.
Replica.
Yeah, I bookmarked it. We could put it up on the
replica. I didn't see the pregame. I didn't see that.
Oh, yeah. No,
that.
it was a giveaway for the first 5. Well, only 250 students and 250 of the regular fans.
It's a
with
mini
tickets.
D. Glenn Smith.
Yeah, see, we got it up there. Look at that. Looks pretty cool, huh?
That is actually really cool.
That is a nice giveaway,
Something
right?
to put on the collectible shelf.
That's right.
In the man cave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the garage. Where do you put that?
On
Where
your
would
mantle.
Where would you put that at your house, Paulie?
I've got this little bumped out part of the wall where I put all my helmets. And
Is it called a shelf? A
Kind of a
bumped out part of the wall?
Shelf or yeah.
maybe a shelf would be the
Or
other
is it an
common
outcropping inside the house? It's not literally a shelf.
It's not a shelf. It's not like
it's
a
an
bolted on
indention in the
shelf.
wall?
Yeah, it's an indention. Yeah.
Or an outcropping.
Outcropping.
Is that a
Whichever one you want to use. It's like a thing. It juts out from the wall. It's basically what I'm saying. That's
All
So
of
it's
our
a shelf.
construction workers are like, it's still a shelf. It's just
Right.
built out of the wall
Yeah.
during construction. It's not a bookshelf you've added later.
yes.
Our construction crowd is like, figure it out, guys. So that's going on around the water cooler. Utah State and Utah both dropped college basketball games last night. Utah was at K-State. They were 0-5. They lose as well. So it wasn't a great night last night in state. We got Utah Tech. We've got them coming up tonight
Yes.
on the road down in Riverside against CBU.
That's a big game.
And we will have it live for you right here on the Fan Sports Network. We will also be bringing you a stream-only high school basketball game tonight. Won't be on the radio, but you can watch it via our website or our YouTube page or KSLSports.com. And that will be the Pineview game as they host the Dixie Flyers, the rematch from last week. This game this rematch just 6 days apart from an incredible
in the pit tonight, right?
Tonight is in the pit. Yes. The Hanger was rocking 6 days ago when Dixie came back and beat the Panthers, and here's the grudge match.
Yep.
Yeah, this should be a fun one.
Yep. Definitely will be fun. Desert Hills Cedar tonight. Desert Hills' is only win against Cedar. Cedar winless. So that one going on tonight as well. And Crimson is in action tonight as they get it going. Who do they got? They got Snow Canyon tonight, or they got Hurricane tonight?
Snow Canyon.
They got Hurricanes on the bye tonight.
Yeah, they got Snow Canyon from the jump.
Yeah, and then Friday night, more good games, intriguing matchups. I know, Friday you've got Dixie at Hurricane, and you've got Pineview at Crimson, and we'll be streaming both of those games as well, I believe. So
pretty rare occurrence that the morning drive crew will be on the game crew together. You'll
All
be
be
with
together.
us. Oh
Yeah.
no, okay, never mind.
Wow.
yeah, we got to figure that out. I don't know the assignments yet this week.
Right.
I would push for that.
All right,
I would push for that.
I like the push.
I'm in on that. We've got lots going on today. Other headlines. Looks like Mike McDaniels is going to be the OC with Harbaugh and the LA Chargers. Reaction to that, Paulie?
Yeah, I like
think
that.
it's just solid hire.
I think it's a good hire.
A fresh voice for Justin Herbert, I think, is a good thing.
Yeah.
I saw that headline, and I kind of was thinking in the back of my head, if Clint Kubiak, who's the Seattle Seahawks offensive coordinator, gets hired away during this coaching cycle, which his name's been floated around, and I'm sure he's done mainly phone or Skype interviews or Zoom interviews. People use Skype anymore.
No.
Not really.
Not
I
really.
think just Zoom.
Okay.
It's the most reliable.
Okay. So, yeah, he's been doing Zoom interviews because he's in the middle of a potential Super Bowl run for the Seattle Seahawks. He's the offensive coordinator. I was thinking that would be a great guy to grab if, indeed, because I think Sam Darnold would be different than Tua for Mike McDaniel to work with offensively, and a little bit more dependable run game. An overall better roster. Like I just thought that would be somebody that I would be interested in, that would kind of excite me if indeed we did lose Clint Kubiak. It's only a matter of time before Kubiak's probably a head coach, whether it's in this cycle or the next cycle. I mean, we'll see. Maybe he's having a blast in Seattle and doesn't want to leave. That's the hope. That's the dream, right? He loves it so much. Working for Mike McDonald. Mike's taking care of the defense. He's taking care of the offense, and everybody's happy in Seatown. So we'll see. We'll see. You've also got Utah Jazz last night that played and came storming back to beat Minnesota, eh? They got those Timber Pups.
They did.
Those Timber Pups, no match for Utah Jazz. Breaking a losing streak. Bring on out them Utah Jazz.
That's right. Big game for him last night. Big game specifically for Keontae. Becomes the youngest point guard in Utah Jazz history to score 40 points in a game.
Yeah, 43, right?
Yeah, 43 on 15 of 28 shooting and 6 of 13 from 3.
Yeah, and Jazz in their losing streak, dramatic fashion. They were down as many as 12 in the fourth quarter, and they win 127 to 122. And yeah, I mean, what will Keontae do next? They're dropping that career high last night. Like, he's the storyline this year. I'm sorry. Yes. It's really not Ace Bailey.
It's not.
It's Keontae George. And his progression. Because had that really good rookie season, and then kind of had that sophomore slump where maybe got a little bit stuck in neutral. Maybe it was personnel. Maybe it was teammates. Maybe it was just an off year. Just overall wasn't quite as dynamic and didn't show the growth that you think you would see from year 1 to year 2. We didn't see that big leap in the statistic. It's happening this year, though, Paulie.
Yeah, it is.
Top 20 in scoring, dishing it out. Like when the game's on the line, the ball is his hands, and he's the guy in Utah. And Lauri Markkanen is still very important. Don't get me wrong, but this feels like it's Keontae's team, doesn't it?
It does. It does.
Which I don't mind one bit.
Yeah, that's good. The young stars taking over the team.
I mean, if you're a Jazz fan out there, you're watching every single night. You're probably all in on Keontae. If you haven't got the jersey, you better get it soon. So Jazz come back and beat the T-Wolves. How about Nurkic putting up a triple-double?
Wow.
Yusuf Nurkic, who's kind of, been a little bit of a journeyman in the NBA. You bring him in, you get mixed up with Jokic and Nurkic and all these, foreigners and European players. And Yusuf Nurkic puts up a 16 point, 18 rebound, 10 assist game. I don't remember Nurkic ever putting up a triple double. Like I've watched SportsCenter a lot. I just don't ever recall. Now maybe he's got one. Maybe Terry, you can check that to see if he's even got one. But it feels like that's a rare occasion for Yusef Nurkic.
Yeah.
This is not Steph Curry. This is not Giannis Antetokounmpo. This is not a superstar like Jason Tatum or you fill in the blank star here. Luka and we know gets a ton of triple doubles. We know Joker gets a ton of triple doubles. The usual suspects do that. This is a guy that when you brought him in, the Jazz, he was kind of an afterthought. Nobody really got excited about this guy.
Yeah.
And last night, you compliment a 43-point career high. When Keontae is scoring, you need somebody else to pass in the ball. So this might have been a rare occasion where
it's
Nurkic,
only his second
one.
Yeah.
It felt like it was that's thank you for checking that.
Yeah.
I had a feeling it was first or second. I didn't think he had many.
Yeah.
It's Yusef Nurkic. It's not LeBron James. Other news around the water cooler kicking off the show today here in the Findlay Hyundai Studios. Mammoth ready to wrap up their homestand. Utah going to be on the ice tonight facing off with the Philadelphia Flyers. This is the first of two meetings between the teams this season.
Yeah, this should be interesting. They're running hot right now, the Mammoth. I want to see if they can continue their hot roll. We were talking before the show, wondering when Logan Cooley's going to be back, because if they get him back, I feel like they're going to go kick it into another gear. But Vejmelka was also named the third star of the week last week in the NHL. So after his 3-0 record throughout last week, so the Mammoth trending well right now.
Yeah.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it. So that's what's going on around the water cooler on a Hump Day Wednesday morning. Your opening rant and headlines brought to you by our friends at Zag. Don't go without a screen protector for your camera or the front of your phone. Protect it better with a screen protector that comes with a lifetime warranty. Get them at the 2 St. George or the Cedar City Zag location. As I always say, don't zig, just zag. Yes, we'll take the break. Paulie is all fired up on a Wednesday, and we'll tell you who's in the doghouse and who's in the penthouse. Fun segment, haven't done in a while. Keep your ears on. We're revving it up when we come back. everybody. Yes, you're already gold. If you listen to the show this morning, you get a gold star for participation. You can always call us or text us here on the Fan Studio hotline, 435-900. Folly, where you at?
What's that?
I'm waiting for you to fill in the blank.
99.50.
There, look at Tara. She's new.
Tara.
She's relatively new here, but she's firing on all cylinders.
I think
9950. That's it.
I was waiting for Paulie to fill in the blank. We're going to have to bring back the blank game. He's forgotten how that works.
He's forgotten.
Yeah.
It's okay.
You can always call or text the show, 435-990.
Let me do it. 99.50.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome, buddy.
There you go. Show today brought to you by our friends at Game Day Men's Health. Game Day Men's Health makes it easy for you to meet your New Year's resolutions. They're giving away a free body composition scan. You don't have to have an appointment. You just stop into Game Day Men's Health on Four Master Drive. They're in the Coral Desert Medical Center, second floor there, across from Intermountain and the hospital. St. George Regional Hospital now. I guess they changed the name. I still say Intermountain. But anyway, I think it's still in the name, actually. Intermountain St. George Sports. No, what's the official name? Didn't they change the name of the hospital recently? I swear I saw that headline.
Maybe.
Anyway, it's all got me twisted up this morning. The fact of the matter is it's across the street from the hospital. You know where the hospital is. So if you're heading up Four Master Drive, instead of going left into the hospital, you go right, and that's where you'll find our friends at Game Day Men's Health. That's a $35 value, absolutely free, no appointment necessary. Your free body comp scan will tell you a bunch of different things. The main one that you look at is your percentage of body fat. And I'm doing that 60-day challenge over there. And so we'll see what happens in a couple months and see how much I can take that down. I got to get to the gym today. I missed yesterday. I was really busy. Had some training. I had to leave the show a little early. Had meetings in the afternoon. Then had to race to Cedar City. So I did not get my workout in the gym. Paulie, did you get your workout in the gym?
I did.
He did.
Woo! Gotcha. I think this is a big week.
He's batting 1,000 right now on the gym.
I think there's a big week in the lose weight category for Paulie.
It is. Yeah. Big week.
We'll talk about that here in a minute. But we got some stuff to get to here. We haven't done it in a while. And let's do it right now. Brought to you by our friends at Game Day Men's Health.
I like this sound.
I do too.
Yeah, we never do this. I love this. All right, I'm going to get started here with my penthouse guys, as we've got a few guys. Well, really, me and Tara's. We've collaborated. She's up there in the penthouse with me, so we are going to.
You know she's going to find her way to the penthouse.
Oh, yeah.
So you better just invite her. Make sure she's there from the start.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Like the security when they
Open
see her
bar,
coming,
dude.
they just let her on through.
Yeah. There you go.
All right. So first person that's going to go up there is, this goes back a while. We talked about this on the show. I think in 2023 was when this was going on. Oh. So Drew Timmy.
My guy. Gonzaga.
Yeah. That's why I wanted to start with this one. This is where I was wrong. So Drew Timmy
I love when Devin was right and Paulie's wrong segment. That might be my favorite segment we've ever done.
Yeah, it is a good segment.
We need a sounder for that. Where Devin was right and where Paulie was wrong.
Yeah. And so Drew Timmy goes undrafted, and I said at that point he's going to find his way in Greece or somewhere in Europe basketball, playing Euro basketball, and never really be an NBA player. Now, he did sign a multi-year exhibit deal with the Brooklyn Nets earlier in his career, but that didn't really work out. So then, November 24th, 2025, he signed a two-way contract, and that normally means it's near the end, but with the Los Angeles Lakers, allowing him to split time between their G League affiliate, the South Bay Lakers. But how about this? Your boy, Drew Timmy, in 11 minutes of action last night, had a dazzling stat line. 9 points, 3 rebounds, 4 of 6 from the field, and 1 of 1 from three-point range.
Wow.
And we do have a little compilation of he gets a 3 once he checks in. Like, he checks into the game instantly. The first play that's run is for Timmy at the top. We don't have to play the sound. We can just play the video while it's rolling.
Okay.
So he checks in, as we'll see here, and he's going to just spot up, and I didn't even know he had that in his game. Nails a 3. So Drew Timmy.
I did.
Yeah.
You know,
I knew he had it. Well, look, when I was at the kennel and I was broadcasting Utah Tech Gonzaga a couple years ago, I got there really, really early. Took in the line of the student section, getting into the kennel. Got to the arena. I wanted to get there really early, and got there exactly when the team was there, even though I was on a separate flight. Met my mom, who came over from my hometown to the game. Anyway, we're there early, and watching Drew Timme warm up was fascinating. He spent a lot of time at the 3-point line, hitting half court shots for the fans, the student section. It was a really interesting warm up, and watching him, one of the first guys out on the floor, one of the last guys to leave, way before the game started. I'm like, this guy looks like a pro to me.
Yeah.
Now, he's not the most athletic big.
That's why I thought. Most of his college game was 10 feet and in.
But you develop that stretch 4 position at 6'9", 6'10", like Drew Timme is with his shot, and that's a difference. Do you realize, Paulie, that you're hanging out with a career NBA scorer that averages 12.1 points per game? Now, it's a small sample size.
Limited games, but still.
But sometimes
it's more than I ever thought.
Everybody's journey is different,
That's right.
And the persistence, his craft, it's paying off. And we'll see if J.J. Redick gives him more minutes.
I would like to see that, because where you were right and I was wrong on this edition of Penthouse Doghouse.
I mean, he's only scored 109 career points. He's only played in 9 NBA games. That 24-25 season last year, he was just kind of a bench guy, a role guy. Didn't really play a lot at all for the Nets.
But he might be blooming, is what I'm saying. He might be blooming
just had to get
into his own.
Get out of Newark.
Newark. That's right. That could have been his death knell, and he's out of there. He's with the Lakers now and succeeding. So he's in the penthouse.
I should say, even though his career average is 12, 7, and 2, it's only 9 games that he's participated in. And with the Lakers so far, that was the best. He's only got really limited minutes there. He's only averaging 3.5 a game with the Lakers.
Well, he has not clocked 1 minute in the Euro League, so I was wrong. I was wrong.
Correct.
All right.
I will be hanging in the penthouse with you because I'm a big Drew Timme guy.
Yeah.
I would love to chat with them about the mustache, a lot of different directions we could go.
All that good stuff. All right, next guy, you're going to love this guy too. We're just going to keep it rolling. All guys you love in the penthouse today as Rashid Shaheed. This goes back to the weekend. Very rarely are games won where you feel like on the first play, but I think that Rashid had the impact on this game as we see him just 0 to 60 up the middle. That kicker's got no shot, so he tries to trip him, and he's into the end zone. So I think he belongs in the penthouse for delivering probably the best special teams play of the year, with the importance of that game. Yeah,
I mean, look, 9 games with the Saints. He was very productive on the other side of Chris Olave, and he had Spencer Rattler, and then I think he just had 1 or 2 games when they switched quarterbacks.
To Tyler, right?
To Tyler Shuck. Yeah. 44 catches, 499, 2 touchdowns. With the Seahawks, only 15 catches for $188. And you're thinking, man, they give up a lot to get him. But then you think about the punt return versus the Rams that sparked him.
Yes.
The kickoff return to start the game, which sparked him. And then you look at just the deep threat. They've also utilized him in the rush game a little bit. Even last week, when they needed canine arrest, they put Shaheed in the backfield because Charbonnet tore his ACL. So his value, his ROI has been there, but you have to combo in the special teams with the receiving stats. Give you that third weapon with Cooper Kupp and Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I think that's a great call by you, putting Rashid Shaheed, Weedcat in the penthouse.
He's in the penthouse. All right, we got 2 more guys.
I think the only other weed cat all time in the penthouse ever that stopped by was Dan Lillard.
Yeah. He's probably been up there
and
a few
I think
times.
him and Paulie were doing some beatboxing up in the penthouse after a couple whiskey sours.
That's right. All right, let's go to the next guy that's up there after a career high 43 points and none bigger. And I think this we need to watch because this sequence here is crazy to end the game. And Keontae is just so dead-eye from 3 as he proved once again here. This kind of put the Jazz up for good.
Try to put a hammer on Rudy. Nurkic Deflected two, flip, nice pass out. Key! No, yes!
No, yes!
Buller.
Yeah. He
Why did he say no? Wait for the ball to go through the net.
on his career high 43rd point that was, and kind of put the Jazz up 5 with 52 seconds left. That was kind of the nail in the coffin, I felt like. So,
Why did
Keontae,
Buller say no?
I know, that was
I don't
funny.
know.
Just a slippage there.
little slip. He's a pro's pro.
You seemed
as-
excited.
Yeah.
Buller was revved up. It was a tight game.
Tight game. Before that 3 was made, it was a 1-possession game. So, that was a big shot for Keontae. 43 points.
If you've been in broadcasting long as me, is it up? Is it in? Yeah. you got to wait for it.
Yeah.
I'm sure I've done that before, though. It happens. That happens. But Keontae is on a tear right now. And the Jazz might just be turning the corner, Paulie.
Yes.
We might have more Jazz players in the penthouse by the end of the season than we've had the last 3 years combined.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would
mean,
agree.
Ryan Smith might be in the penthouse soon. We've got Key already there. So we'll see who else can join the party. Lowry might make an appearance. So we'll see by the end of the year if Ace Bailey, the young rookie, can get it going the second half of the season. Maybe show Jazz fans why we took him number 5 overall.
All right. And my last guy in the penthouse, and I think this is,
He's kind of a small party.
well, 4 and
Yeah.
Tara, that's 6 of us.
What about me?
That's a major.
You've got to man the doghouse. You got to make sure all your guys
He's
stay
in the elevator downstairs. I
Well,
just
that's
send
right.
him
You
in
got to
and go
lock
up.
them up. You got to lock them up, make sure everything's safe, and then you can come up. But right now, you're not up there. You got to tell us about your penthouse or
Would you
doghouse.
bark at him, Tara?
No.
Get
never.
yes.
And last guy that.
Oh, wow. Okay.
There
Yeah,
you
there
go. I like that.
Yeah.
All right, last guy.
We
and
don't
I think
like you making rules.
presidential suite in the penthouse here. That goes to
Whoa.
Coach
Oh, wow.
Kurt Signetti. And
Okay.
he had
Okay.
one of the better quotes, I felt like, after the national championship game. He had the media circuit, all these people trying to talk to him. And he gave a very, thought-provoking quote for anybody in any field of life and any occupation, whatever it may be. This was Kurt Signetti after the national championship game, after they had just won their first ever for Indiana.
What's this moment like for me? Back when I was waxing the staff table at IUP, Thanksgiving weekend, and the school was shut down for the playoffs, did I ever think something like this was possible? Probably not. But if you keep your nose down in life and keep working, anything is possible.
That's right. And I think that is very true, and he was waxing the tables at IUP.
Waxing
like
the tables.
his dad was the legendary coach at IUP, and he was just kind of a grunt, kind of a ball boy, kind of an assistant, a helper, whatever it may be. Just any way he could get into the game, eventually becomes the head coach there, then JMU, then Indiana, and the rest is history. So for the greatest college football rebuild in the history of the sport, I give Kurt Signetti a spot in the penthouse and the presidential suite at that.
Wow.
So,
Wow, yeah.
So,
Hustle. He's a hustler.
he is. And
Like-
one of the best coaches we've ever seen in college football.
I think it's not about talent for Signetti. It's about the work ethic, right? The hustle, the effort, the body language, the energy, preparedness, the passion. This guy is wired differently. He wants to be great at his craft, his trade, his profession. And, a little different. Some people are like, he looks like a serial killer. But look, man, I mean,
can
passionate. He loved coaching his guys. He created a culture in an era where it's hard in 1 year to bring 40 new players in, 50 new players in, and create an instant winning mentality and culture. He's done it at Indiana. Their record speaks for itself in 2 seasons.
Yeah.
With the greatest turnaround in all of college football,
I
maybe in
would
the
say
history
sports.
of the sport.
And it's definitely college football, but I think it's one of the more monumental moments in sports. Like they were debating it on the show I listen to every day, the Junkies, and they could only come up with one thing in American sports that was bigger or harder
Like
to
a bigger
comprehend,
turnaround?
like the U.S. '83 Olympic
Yeah.
medal,
Yeah.
over the Soviets. Like
Yeah.
that was the only time where
Miracle.
Russians had
Yeah.
real pros and we had just kids.
Right.
And Indiana had never never won a national title ever. They were one of the losingest programs in the history of college football, and they're now national champions. So it is one of the better stories, and for that, he deserves the penthouse.
Yeah.
All right, get the barking
All right,
ready.
who's the doghouse?
Here we go. Get the barks ready.
There we go.
Let's start with this.
We need some better dogs.
Yeah, these
are wimpy
they're
dogs.
just hungry. They sound like it's food time and you're coming out there with the dish.
Yeah.
They're just excited.
That's right.
Yeah.
We need a forceful, like,
we
do.
We need some of those guard dogs that Paulie had when he was in prison.
Yeah.
That's it.
I'm kidding, folks. Paulie was
He's never
not
been
in prison.
Yeah.
That's right. That was a joke. Paulie's like, wait, did I go to prison?
Did I? Yeah, I was thinking about that for a second.
Yeah.
Okay, Alex Jensen starts. Sorry, Coach Jay. Like, I know it's going to take some time. You can work your way out of the doghouse, but Alex Jensen, coach of the Utah Utes, you are in the doghouse. Paulie, you go to an 0-5 Big 12 K-State last night. You should win the game, and the team just collapses down the stretch, and you lose a winnable game against a team that was limping in conference play.
Yeah.
The bigs are not playing to complement the guards right now, and it's like they're settling for a lot of threes, and not even set threes, like jack threes right now. So Jensen's got a big hill to climb to get the Utes to the middle of the pack in the Big 12. All right, so you were in the doghouse. Joe Shane.
Oh.
Yes.
General manager.
Let me find him.
General manager.
You got him.
He introduced Harbaugh. What in the hell was his deal? Either he had been holding his pee for a wee for 24 hours, or he was nervous like a spring break trip with 8 naked tins on the yacht. I don't know what was going on. Listen to the tone.
I haven't seen this. I want to see
Listen to the tone of his voice.
A foundation of culture, player development, and toughness throughout each of his programs that he's been a part of. He's a proven winner. And when we set out to do this, we knew that John was going to be the perfect person for the New York Giants. When we did our research, what continually came up was John's respect that the players had for him and the ability to develop young men. And with that being said, I would like to introduce to you the next head football coach of the New York Giants, John Harbaugh.
Wow.
Yeah,
he
sounded
nervous.
Is he nervous?
Yeah.
That was just
nervous.
me. You sensed that.
No, they're
nervous.
yeah.
There was like breathing.
It's like he's close to hyperventilating.
He's like,
Yeah.
he got it written in his contract that I can't boss him around. Like, that's what it felt like. Like this, I'm introducing my boss to you, and I'm nervous about it, or I forgot to go to the bathroom. I couldn't figure out what. So he is in the doghouse. That was there was no excitement. It was just pure nervousness, and I mean, just read the dang script off the teleprompter.
Yeah. With
some passion. Now, Jackson Dart and John Harbaugh's conversation on the phone they had before he accepted the job, that's the conversation I want to hear. I want to hear what sold Harbaugh on Dart, and vice versa, because it seems like that relationship's off to a potential start. The other guy I'll throw in, quick caveat, Jared Calhoun. Aggies have lost 2 straight.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
They sucked last night.
You are in the doghouse. Barking with the dogs. Gotta take a break. Back in a flash. It's The Drive from the Findlay Hyundai Studios on a Wednesday on your sports leader. Hey, we're cruising. Rounding out hour one. Thank you for locking us in, loading us up on the app, on the website, or on the airwaves. 99.5, 95.3 in St. George. What's up, Cedar City? 93.1 up there, or 1400 AM in Parowan. And we've got Paulie on a journey right now, and Paulie wants to let go of a few pounds, and he's teamed up with Soda Weight Loss. Paulie, what's good?
Yeah, I mean, everybody makes a New Year's resolution, right? I feel like those are pretty common, widespread in American culture and worldwide culture. Everyone wants to start the new year off well. And I took that I personified it this year. I actually started a little before the new year, getting acclimated to Soda Weight Loss. But why wait? Why does everyone decide to wait? Why say tomorrow? Why say next week? Why just delay further than you have to when you could get started today and get going and start shedding unwanted pounds that you don't want? I'm down 6 in 2 weeks. So I'm hoping to have more this week. Every Friday is a big reveal when I said, because we don't step on the scale throughout the week.
Yeah.
So just Fridays. So it's kind of a tell-all day how I did that week.
I kind of like that.
I
kind
do
of
too.
builds excitement. It's like something to look forward to.
It does. I mean, it kind of builds anticipation for the day, the nutritionist call, and the scale weigh-in. So Fridays are a big day, and they could be a big day of your life too. And so let's get you started today at Soda Weight Loss. Book online today at sodaweightloss.com. That's SOTA weightloss.com. Or to speak with a nutritionist, call 866-800-SODA.
Love it.
Soda, it's state of the art.
Love it. I have a feeling you're going to lose 6 this week
I'm
and
hoping
double
to lose
up what you
more.
lost in the
Yeah.
first
Get to 12
2
or something.
weeks. All right, got to take a break. We're back in a flash. It's The Drive on the Fan Sports Network. Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us through the break. Devin, Dixon in on the drive. Got my friends with me, Paul Ratliff, Tara Atkin, and it is a Wednesday. And kicking off hour 2, it's brought to you by our friends at Coral Canyon Golf Course. Get out and play. $80. $80. That's it. You get 18 holes.
Nice.
You get a cart. So you don't have to walk. Range balls to warm up. Range balls after you play, if it was that bad, plus lunch, including a drink, all for $80. Just call out to the pro shop. Tell them you want the radio, especially right here on the Fan Sports Network. You can get it for your whole foursome. Whole foursome, play $80. Hopefully you can win that back from your buddies if you shoot a nice little 75. 435-688-1700. That's 435-688-1700. 1700. A couple things we haven't got to. One, shout out to the Desert Hills Tempest Line drill team.
Yes.
They are your region drill champs.
Hats off to those ladies.
They got 10 days to refine the routines. Ridgeline is number 1 in the RPI. Desert Hills is number 2. But you have Crimson and Snow Canyon right there in the top 5 as well. And so we'll see what happens up at State when you mix in the rest of the state. Stansbury's okay this year. Bear River's drill team's up a little bit. Cedar looks good. Jetettes are always solid. Region 9, though, is the best competition in 4A. Yeah. Just like football, just like basketball, just like baseball. 4A dominating in drill. It
runs through Region 9, baby.
But the favorites are the Riverhawks of Ridgeline. So we'll see what happens up there. That state drill competition will be January 3rd, 29th and 30th. It's a Thursday, Friday up at UVU, Utah Valley University. Last night we had some girls basketball games. The streak is over, Paulie. Pineview has handed the Dixie Lady Flyers last night their first loss of the season. We're January 20th. You know, they started playing games around Thanksgiving. They had not lost a region game or a game, period. Casey Winters was doing a heck of a job. But Coach Luce and the Panthers, who beat Snow Canyon last week, and we know how good Snow Canyon had been the last 4 years in girls basketball, and now they have doubled up and beaten Dixie. Now, Pineview's got 3 losses in region, but they're 14-5 overall. Dixie's first loss in region. I don't know if Pineview will be able to catch Dixie. It's still 2 behind there in the loss column. But the Panthers outscored the Flyers by 4 in that final period to win. Ella Fafia had 15 points. Kennedy Eves, 13 points. That is Ryan Eves. Remember Easy Eve, former Pineview Panther basketball coach? That is his daughter. Addie Winters, who is the sophomore sensation in the region, I would say, and Coach Winter's daughter, 16 points in the loss. Flyers had 17 straight wins before losing last night. Izzy Hollingshead also had 17 to lead the Flyers in the game last night. But Pineview wins it by 6, 58-52. All streaks, I guess, have to come to an end.
Yeah, at some point.
Yeah. Snow Canyon took care of Crimson last night, 56-39, and Desert Hills went up to Cedar City and won 51-44. So those were your girls' games. Same matchups on the boys' side tonight, and we will bring you Pineview and Dixie from the pit. Pineview hosting Dixie. Coach Pat Amico versus Coach Tyler Roberts will be. They've been working hard, rest assured, through the weekend, getting ready for this game tonight. They just played last week on a Thursday night. They played last Thursday, so this game is 6 days in between rematches between these two teams. And if you remember that game, Paulie, last Thursday, we were doing Utah Tech. But Pineview kind of had the lead, controlled the tempo most of the night, never running away and hiding or anything like that. But Dixie just closed the game so strong. Big play after big play after big play. And if you just looked at the final score, you would have thought Dixie kind of cruised. But that was not the case at all. I expect another tight one tonight at the pit. You'll be able to watch that game. It's our Boulevard Home Game of the Week on our website. Links will be up thefansportsnetwork.com. If you haven't liked and subscribed to our YouTube page where you can watch our show live like some people are doing right now, every single morning when you get to the office, you can pop us on, see how much weight Paulie's lost with soda weight loss.
Yeah, you could.
See
You can
how,
watch him shrink.
See how
Watch me shrink. That's right.
Yep. See how Tara's smile is contagious. All those things. We are live on YouTube in the same place. You can watch our high school games. Just go subscribe.
Yeah.
YouTube.com/thefansportsnetwork.
We've been seeing an influx of subscribers.
Yeah,
so that's
yeah.
good.
Yeah, you can, the nice thing I love about YouTube is just the let me know when it's live button.
Yeah.
And then
Notify
get the
me.
notifications.
you, and then
Yeah.
it's like, oh, the game's starting soon. They're in pregame. Boom, I can pop it on and start watching.
Yeah.
On my phone, on my laptop, on my iPad, or on your smart television at home. So that's going to be fun. That's going to be fun tonight. A big one there in Region 9 boys basketball, and it was a big one last night between Dixie and Pineview in girls basketball. So excited to see how it plays out this evening.
Okay. He's really excited about this.
Yeah. So
I am.
He's all like texting me.
So
I'm
yesterday,
excited for Ethan.
He's excited
So
for this.
yesterday, Rod put out a little interview clip with Ethan Potter.
Yes.
A guy UVU loses to Utah Tech. Same conference, same stage, just down the I-15 freeway from Orem to St. George. And he collects his third,
Count them.
Count 'em.
not one, not two, but three
Yeah.
Player of the Week awards in the Western Athletic Conference. Here
Sensational.
is what EP had to say about the accolades.
Ethan, did you know that you're the first Trailblazer to win the WAC Player of the Week more than once in a season?
Not until you told me a couple seconds ago, but no, it's a big honor.
There goes Potter again. There you go. Oh, wow.
They wouldn't give it to me if we weren't winning games, and we got to win a couple more games this next week to hopefully have a chance for either me to get it again or for someone else on our team. So
Ethan Potter, 2, gets it up and in. Yes, Ethan Potter.
What does it mean to be recognized by the conference?
it's cool. I think it's not necessarily the conference, but the coaches as well, just to kind of see. It feels good to be recognized, to know that we're a big threat in our conference.
Yeah.
He's having a season, isn't he?
Wow.
He is.
I was not aware he's the first Trailblazer to win it more than once. I thought Cam Gooden or somebody would have gotten it, but maybe not. So cool. That's a big award 3 times in a year.
It's a major award.
It is a major award for sure. Conference Player of the Week, that's big time. So I wanted him to get his flowers for that. That's awesome.
16.1 points per game.
Yeah.
Leading the team in scoring. 7.4 rebounds a game. Almost 2 assists a game, and he's shooting 58.7% from the field. His career high for the Trailblazers was back in December when they played UC Riverside. Had 26 earlier this season.
Yeah.
In the Weber State 82-80, he dropped 23 and 8. He had 18 and 8 against Creighton after Christmas, late December. Had 15 points in that outing against number 1 ranked Arizona. And
Impressive.
so, he's got this award. He got it after the UC Riverside game. I'm trying to think which game was it. He won his second award. And now after they got that nice win on Saturday, he probably should have got 2 wins, Paulie, in fact, but split the homestand last Thursday and Saturday. And Potter is Utah Tech's leading scorer. He's their key guy down there in the low block. And I love the shooting numbers up there near, 59%, multiple 20-point games. I don't want to say the Trailblazers offense goes through him, but it kind of does. Like, he needs touches, but he needs the guards to help. He's not a guy that's going to face you up and beat you off the dribble. They got other guys for that. But with Madiba Owana's injury and him getting shut down for the season with that ACL surgery, which is a heartbreaker
So bad.
for the young sophomore. Potter's going to be even more clutch because now you're starting to get into the situation where you're starting to play these teams a second time in conference play, and you got to play them a third time later with only 7 teams in the WAC. So here we go, Cal Baptist round 2 tonight.
Okay,
for Juddy and the Blazers. They're down in Riverside, getting ready for the game tonight against Rick Krusty Croy.
I like Krusty. That's
Crusty?
good.
No, that's horrible.
Every time I see Croy, he's frowning, he's scolding, he's stern like I don't know if he was raised in a military family or what, but he always seems so stern to me. And this goes back to the old Pac West days. I've done a lot of broadcasts. Utah Tech versus CBU. I've been down to Riverside, called games in that venue. They love their Lancers down there. This is a team that's putting a lot of emphasis on their basketball team. They are not a football school, and they love their hoops down there. And they've got a good squad.
Yeah.
They've got a good squad this year. This is not going to be easy. Utah Tech is going to be underdogs in this game tonight, and you can hear it live. It's a 7:45 pregame show.
Yes.
It's an 8 o'clock tip-off tonight.
That's right. It's going to be a good game, I think. Lancers got them in the first round, but obviously they're playing everybody 3 times this year in conference, so still plenty of chances to 2 chances left to get these Lancers.
Utah Valley is at SUU tonight. So that's where I was at last night. I was up at the AFEC.
Oh, nice.
That's where the region drill was.
SUU just beat Abilene.
And SUU's won 2 straight.
Yeah.
Jeter just notched his 250th career coaching win.
Oh, nice.
So that's a nice little milestone. 250, no joke.
Yeah.
As a head coach.
Longevity, for sure.
Yep. And SUU takes on league-leading Utah Valley tonight. That could
12.5-point number favoring the Wolverines in that one. So at home, though, for the Birds. Hopefully they can pull the upset.
But remember, when Utah Tech went to Utah Valley, I want to say they were 14-point underdogs. Yeah. So, SUU, even though they've only got the 2 conference wins, they've been consecutively. Maybe they found a little something, and they are at home. It's always tough to play at the America First Event Center in Cedar City.
Absolutely. Tough spot to play.
You can watch that game on ESPN Plus tonight. My good buddy Spencer McLaughlin will have the call in that one. Utah Tech is at Cal Baptist. And then the other game tonight, UT Arlington, who's second in the WAC right now. And I think they're 4-2, entering a home game tonight where they play Tarleton State. Cal Bap, Utah Tech. We'll have it for you, though, right here on your home of the Trailblazers, the Fan Sports Network. I'm fired up for that game. What's the line in that game?
8.5.
8.5.
Lancers. Yep.
All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, very special guest. New Junior College Football League is forming. We'll have the details, and we'll meet with the commissioner, Sean Jones, who is from St. George. We'll find out why he started a new football conference, how it works, who the teams are, and a lot more. This is going to be fun. I don't know a ton about this new conference that is forming, but I think they've already got 16 teams across the West and the Midwest and the East Coast. We'll tell you more about it, and we'll meet with the commissioner when we come back live on the Fan Sports Network. Hey, welcome back, everybody. It's The Drive here on the Fan Sports Network, your hometown sports source in Southern Utah. And a very special guest dropping by the studio this morning. Sean Jones is in the house. Sean, how we doing?
Doing excellent.
The commissioner of a brand new football league, the NJCP. Tell everybody how you've got the idea to start up the NJCP. Why did you go about trying to get teams from across the country to compete in a new conference in college football?
Well, I had an opportunity to get involved with another team that started because of COVID and because a lot of the teams that a lot of the college teams lost their football programs over COVID. And I think it was about 30% of the colleges and junior colleges. In fact, Arizona lost all of their junior college programs. And so, a lot of kids were left without places to play and opportunities to show that they can do, play at a higher level. So what I did is, from, coaching with the junior college prep level, I saw a lot of things that were lacking, a lot of things that the kids weren't able to get that I felt were important in order for them to get seen. And so what I did is I decided, well, how can I give these kids, more kids, opportunities to get to college? And of course, with this NIL process, it's making it even harder for kids to get to college.
Yeah.
One of the biggest things, nowadays it's unheard of to get a 4-year scholarship. There's no such thing as a 4-year scholarship. It's you either put up or get out, and a lot of these kids, even, Southern Utah being one of the main colleges that we look at, because obviously they're close by. They're, I'm a graduate of SUU, and I see a lot of kids being pushed out because, they're forced to win. They have to win. The coaches have to win. And, what happens is that now these kids come in, they're not guaranteed a second year. They might get that first year there, but then
they're buried on the depth chart, and then they're in the portal. And if they don't get picked up, then what?
Then they're stuck. And a lot of these kids end up having to go back home. And so that's what really, motivated me to say, okay, we got to do more, because this is not just a lower economic thing. This is a national problem. We have kids from all social classes that are being affected by this. And so I said, well, I'm gonna do something that's gonna make it a little bit easier, that'll give these kids an opportunity to be seen on a national scale. Now, we have kids that we've worked with on a local scale that through the prep, junior college program. But the thing is, we were only able to affect so many kids. We were able to get over 40 kids, 45 kids scholarships at these schools. So I said, what if we could do it on a national scale? Mm-hmm. So what I did is I decided, okay, well, I'm going to go and I'm going to get in front of some people, and I'm going to pitch my desire to really help the communities. And so I was able to get some strategic partners, people that were willing to help me push this initiative. And so I was able to, right now we're at 18 teams all across the country.
Wow.
And these are
18
coaches.
teams. Think about that. You for a startup junior college football league,
Pretty
I guess I can call it a league.
Yeah.
You got 18 teams already. How long have you been working on this?
This is a little over 2 years. And it's, to be honest with you, there's obviously it's a divine will, because this isn't something that just can happen overnight, and it's not one man doing all this work. It's a combination of brilliant people in the right places, and then getting the right coaches involved. I mean, I have coaches that are ex-NFL players that want to give back. I have ex-college coaches that want to give back. And this has been really the catalyst for this whole thing is just these men willing to teach young guys how to become leaders in their community. And that's really what it became about, because these guys are seeing what's happening, and a lot of these people are getting kicked on the streets. There's more crime that's happening because these kids don't have anything to turn to but the streets and whatever else is there. And so it became a passion for everybody involved, and that's really what it comes down to is we need to do something for our communities around the country. And we found the best way to do that is get involved with our cities. Let's get a team. Let's make sure that we have a high level of competition everywhere we go, and then let's make sure that we can see it nationwide. So every game that we have are streaming live. So we're giving these kids an opportunity to be seen on a national level.
Teams, the 18 teams. Commissioner Sean Jones in studio with us here. The NJCP. So if you want to check out the website, I'm going to run through these teams, but you can go to njcpfootball.com. You can click on teams, and they've got the Alabama Rays, the Arizona Heat, the Birmingham Bears, the Carolina Spots, the Clutch City Eagles. That's down in Texas. The Dallas Stampede, the Louisville Thunder, the Louisiana Swampers. Some of these names are cool.
Yeah.
The Illinois Falcons, North Carolina Lightning, Ohio Kingsmen, the Oklahoma Apex. Whoever's naming these teams should have helped the Washington Commanders with their rebranding.
That's right.
The Nevada Posse, the St. George Silver, which I really like. So we have a team right here. We have the Salt Lake Yeti, which anybody that would follow the naming rights to the Utah
the Mammoth
Hockey Club, then changing to the Utah Mammoth, knows that Yeti was one of their favorites from the fans in the state of Utah, but the Thermos Company. I don't think this is a Yeti.
No,
this is a Puma.
Oh, boy.
A golf course. But anyway, I have like 5
Mammoth
Yetis.
couldn't get it done,
knows, but they didn't
the
want.
NJCP got it done
Correct.
with the Yeti.
Yeah, that's right. They got the San Antonio Vipers and the Florida Sharks. So those are the 18 teams right now. More coming, or is this kind of a good starting point for this 2026 fall season?
Yeah, well, we've added a team in Kansas, and then we have a team in Birmingham as well. So yeah, I mean it's awesome. It's it's growing fast, and of course the great thing is we want to make sure that the quality's there.
Did you get a chance to? You said at SUU. What's your backstory? Did that have anything to do with why you're going to the extremes to form a new league and get kids seen? I mean, I remember you vaguely as a college football player. We're probably pretty close to the same age, though. And I've heard stories that you were pretty good back in the day. I'm sure the stories get better with time, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, at least 100 yards more.
Jumping higher, running faster. Right?
But I don't know a lot about your story, but you kind of fell through the cracks, so to speak, Sean.
Yeah. Yes. I had a great career at Southern Utah University, and I had an opportunity playing at SUU. I mean, obviously getting to SUU was one thing. I was one of those kids that had to go through the junior college route, and because at the time back when I was in school, we didn't really get diagnosed with learning disabilities. And of course, I had a learning disability. I had ADD and dyslexia.
Okay.
And so it made it hard for me to study and do tests and things like that. And so, played junior college ball, but I just could not figure out why I was struggling so much with school. And so I quit school. I was a, all American, junior college football player, but academically, I just couldn't get it done, and so I just quit school altogether, and for about a year, and there was someone that was looking after me, a coach that was looking after me, made some calls for me because he noticed that I was working with youth. I was working with kids in the inner city. And a year later, Southern Utah University calls and gives me an opportunity to play football, and they said that they were under a special rule at that time, so they could help me with my, education. They'll help.
Yeah.
I could come in even though I didn't qualify at the time, but they were under a special rule that would allow me to get my associate's degree while I played. And so I went up to SUU. They, and I know that if it weren't for somebody looking after me, I wouldn't have had that opportunity, And so when I got to SUU, obviously I just said, you know what, I'm going to do whatever I have to do, and failure is not an option. And so when I got to SUU, I did what I was supposed to do. All of a sudden my senior year comes and the draft comes, and third round, my name pops up with the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Wow.
And I was excited. The family's excited. Everybody's calling this and that. Well, I didn't get a call from the Jacksonville Jaguars. But the next day I get a call from Washington Redskins. And so, I was in a place of like, this is my dreams came true, this and that. And, I had hired an agent at the time, and I thought I was living my dream, and, now of course then, the agent I had at the time, and I don't remember his name, but anyways, come to find out, I was brought there to compete. There's a guy named Mike Williams that was there at the time, and he was a receiver, big receiver from SC, and so my job was to basically take his job. That's what I was there for, and to compete. And, my agent, at the time, tells me, Sean, hey, I have a opportunity for you. It's a better opportunity for you to go play in the Canada in CFL. And I'm thinking, okay, why CFL? He's like, well, you could be a franchise player there. And this and that. And so anyway, I end up calling the coach, and I'm telling him, I'm talking about what my agent was saying. He said, I think we're going to go to the CFL. And the coach is asking me, Sean, why are you going to NFL? I mean, CFL, and I said, well, my agent says this is what I'm supposed to do. So I leave, go to the CFL, and I'm, doing all the workouts, and everybody's like, Sean, why are you here? Like, and I'm like, what do you mean? Like, you shouldn't be here. Like, because I'm testing I'm testing way better than everybody in the league, and they're just like, dude, you're not supposed to be here. Like, and I was like, well, my agent said I should come here and this and that. And then they were like, well, everybody knows you don't leave the NFL to come to CFL unless you're kicked out of the NFL. You don't have a choice. And I said, well, I don't know, man. It's what was told to me, but come to find out, my agent at the time represented Mike Williams.
Oh
wow. No.
So
really?
So he didn't do what was best for me. He did what was best for him.
Yeah.
He knew you beat Mike out.
Well,
or at least had the opportunity
right.
to
bring on his client and get a new contract.
because the coaches from the Redskins had watched me all the way from high school. They knew who I was, what I could do, and obviously, they found me at SUU of all schools.
Right.
So
if you're good enough, they'll find you.
Right. Yeah. And so,
and back then, when you go to the CFL, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think you could just go back to the NFL. They weren't partners like they are today.
Right. And so, I was under contract with CFL, and so I fired my agent, and I tried to get back into the NFL. In fact, I hired a new agent who was Leonard Marshall, who played next to Lawrence Taylor.
With the Giants, yes.
Yeah, with the Giants. And he was a spokesman for the NFL at the time. And so he tried to get me back, and he really had me pretty much back, get me back there. But I was still under contract with the CFL. And of course, being that they weren't funded by the NFL or whatever the case is, that I had to live that contract out. And so, which means I would have had to play arena ball or something like that for 2 years. And I just wasn't willing to do that. So I said, you know what, I'm done. I quit, and I came back to Utah and coached at SUU for a little while.
Wow. So, what a story.
Yeah. And so that's really the reason why I committed myself to helping kids, because at the end of the day, they don't know what they don't know. I didn't know. Yeah. I just knew that I was supposed to listen to my agent instead of going with my heart, which I should have went with my heart. All my life, I dreamed of playing in the NFL, and it's a totally different game than the CFL, you know. And so, to prevent kids from falling into that same, whatever downfall or whatever you want to call it, I committed myself that, I'm going to help kids get to the next level. I want to help them live their dream, not someone else's dream. And so, that was probably the biggest catalyst in me wanting to do something of this nature, to help as many people as I can, as many kids as I can. I've been fortunate enough to train a lot of athletes that have played in the NFL. But, that's a small number compared to what we're able to do at this point within JCP.
Yeah, and I think the timing's right?
Yeah. The NCAA is broken right now.
The product in the playoffs was still good, but yeah, there's got to be some things that they got to step up and do to tighten things up and level the playing field a little bit. The thing about the junior college route, and you're seeing more of these teams, they do their schooling online, they compete. These are kids that have fallen through the cracks or went in the portal and didn't land a spot and they're stuck. They can go play for one of these 18 teams in the JCP, and they can actually not lose eligibility, refine their skills, improve, get seen.
While the clock doesn't start ticking on their eligibility.
Yeah. So right. Awesome. Am I right on that, Sean?
That's absolutely right. I mean, that's the reason why we're doing what we're doing, is because we're giving these kids that second chance. They're not losing any eligibility, but they're developing their skills. Maybe sometimes they're developing size, because how many kids are
late
just
bloomers.
Undersized? Yeah, late bloomers.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. How big were you in high school versus college versus when you were trying to get in the league?
Yeah, when I was in high school, I was about 175 pounds. When I got to college, when I got to SUU, I was 215. So
you grew,
yeah. There's a little bit of difference.
A little more muscle mass.
That's right.
Post high school.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love it. Sean Jones, commissioner of a brand new 18-team league. Is there going to be an East and a West, like two conferences?
Yes.
Is there more teams coming on, or is this good for the first year? Where does that stand?
We're happy with it right now as it stands for the first year. It'll be a East versus West. We have a Eastern Conference and a Western Conference.
That'll help with travel.
Yeah. And at the end of the year, we have a bowl game in which the two teams that are champions from their side get a chance to play each other and come out with a national championship.
Exciting stuff. Check it out. Go to the website, njcpfootball.com. We have a St. George team. Have how is that going? Do we have coaches for that? Is that in the process? I know you've been working on this for a while, but when you think about starting a new league, there is so much to do.
There is, and yes, we do have a coach in St. George, which is Brandon Draper. Great defensive mind. Actually, he was a great quarterback in college as well. I played ball with him at SUU. He was a quarterback and safety for SUU.
Back when you could go two ways and not be named Travis Hunter.
That's right. Yeah.
Or Deion Sanders.
Yeah. I mean, so he's a great mind. He's gone to the state championship a few times as a defensive coordinator, and so it was a great hire, I thought, as far as for St. George, just because he's well respected. We know that he's there for the men, for the kids, and teaching them how to be a man. He's actually a Purple Heart award winner for being
deal.
in the military.
Yeah.
So
saved somebody's life.
Yeah.
He saved someone's
or
life.
did something extraordinary. I mean, I think there's some caveats there, but
taking a bullet.
Yeah.
You
don't get a Purple Heart being a coward.
No,
right.
That's right.
That's for sure.
And so, it was really, I was really excited about it when he, expressed expressed the fact that he wanted to be a coach. And so, obviously it was kind of a no-brainer for us, being that Croshaw obviously, were kind of retired and in Croshaw,
I didn't think he would ever retire.
Yeah, he goes and goes. In fact, Croshaw is he's a board member for NJCP. So,
okay.
Oh, good.
Yeah, he gives us a lot of good input, and helps the coaches a lot. So we definitely appreciate him and his wisdom. So it's been a great situation. Of course, we love what he's done for so many athletes. He's probably put more guys in the NFL than any junior college coach, in the history. And so it was obviously a no-brainer to ask him to be a member of a board.
I used to do a really cool segment with Coach Croshaw called Where Are They Now?
Yeah.
And we would call former players that he coached, and we would talk about what they've done since college and where they're at in life. And
that is cool.
To hear Reno Mahe and Brent Nyberg and Corey Dillon and Rudy Johnson, and he coached a lot of his kids. I mean, to hear them come on and talk about their time in St. George playing junior college football and how it made them a better man, a better husband, a better employee, a better business owner, whatever the case might be, was fascinating. That was some of the funnest segments I think I've had in radio, was doing that inside the crow's nest.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Yeah, what an asset to have Greg Croshaw on the board. When do you release the schedule? When do you divide into two conferences? Is that already taking place, or is that coming soon, or what's the latest on that?
No, we've already divided the two conferences. We will have a schedule coming out in April, no later than April. Right now, we're letting the coaches schedule 2 games outside of their conference. Outside of the conference period,
so they can start working on that.
Yeah, so we want to do that, and then we'll kind of fill the spaces behind that, because we want to allow them.
So for like the St. George or the Salt Lake Yeti, is that like, hey, let's try to get snow on our schedule, or Arizona Western, or like one of these other junior college teams?
Well, typically what they'll do is they'll either schedule a university team, or sometimes they'll do other junior colleges. Like I know that we've done some games with Air Force Academy Prep.
Oh yeah.
With and of course New Mexico Military, things like that. So we do try to schedule some junior college teams. A lot of times it'll be university teams, just so that we get those kids some exposure.
Right.
And you said you have a lot of ex-NFL coaches. Is that what you said earlier in the segment? players.
Yeah, guys
NFL players that are now coaching.
Yes,
inside your conference.
Yes, and so
good stuff.
And a lot of guys that actually were reps for the NFL that are coaching for us, and scouts for the NFL. So we've been lucky, man. We really have been lucky to have the combination of coaches that we have. Even the high school coaches that we have done so much in their states or in their communities that it's a blessing to have every one of them.
So 10 regular season games, 8 will be conference because there's 18 teams, 9 and 9 in each conference, right? Mm-hmm. And then you'll have a semifinal, and then a champion from each division will play in the championship, East versus West, to crown the inaugural NJCP football title to somebody.
Yes.
One of those 18 teams.
Yes.
This is cool.
Yeah.
This is cool.
Love it.
Sean Jones, everybody, commissioner of the brand newly minted, newly formed NJCPfootball.com. We went through the teams earlier, but if you're just tuning in, you want to go check it out, go to the website, NJCPfootball.com. You can check out, there's tabs for athletics, or for the athletes, for the coaches. There's the teams, the schedule coming in April. You can learn more about it if you want to talk to a coach. You can do that on the website. So maybe you know a kid that slipped through the cracks that's looking. When do the rosters have to be set? Sometime this summer?
Yeah, the rosters will be set usually in July, late July.
What do you anticipate the average roster size to be for most teams? It'll fluctuate, I'm sure.
Yeah, between 80 and 100 kids.
Oh, wow.
The great thing about our league is that we have a varsity and a JV team. Now the JV teams play other JV teams within our conference. So everyone gets to play because it's important to get film.
To develop those other kids.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just
that's 1,800 kids if every team has 100 that you're helping with this new conference.
Yeah.
It's great.
That's the plan, help as many as we can. We try not to, at the end of the day, we don't turn down kids that want to play, want to learn. And that's why we incorporated the JV league as well, because we know that there's some people that may be a little bit behind. And if they're not very good at football, but yet they have the passion for football, we have other things that we can do with them as far as allow them to learn the analyst side of it and video. So, we're trying to incorporate things for everyone. Because at the end of the day, there's a lot of kids that can't play, but they love the game, and they want to be someone like you.
Good stuff. We'll have to have you in again as you get updates and more on the league. Sounds like it's a work in progress. There's a lot of moving parts. Obviously, been working on this for 2 years. We'll have you back on the show.
Absolutely.
Sean Jones, everybody, commissioner of the newly formed NJCP Football Conference. The football league will start this fall. Schedule out in April. Rosters are now starting to take shape as soon as the portal closes.
Absolutely.
Paul, you got any questions for Sean? You're just kind of quiet over there, taking this in.
Yeah, taking it in, learning about the league. This is something new for me, a new frontier. So learning a lot.
I love it. Sean, thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
All right, we'll take a break. Lots more coming up on the Fan Sports Network. You're a sports leader after this timeout. Yeah. Fire it up, baby. It's a Wednesday morning. We're having a blast here, and we love our sponsors, great local partners. If you need their products or services, please stop by Zag, Game Day Men's Health. Free body comps at Game Day. Stop over there to our friends at Color Country Custom Coating. If you need any paint or a permanent ceramic coating or any touch-up work, JC's the best in the business. Appreciate One Health St. George, Dr. Turner, brand new Turner, family medicine, old school family medicine. The whole family can go to One Health. St. George Tent Shop, make your vehicle look good and cooler with the hot weather coming. Also, Prime IV got some New Year's specials like the weight loss bundle, $194 discount. Take advantage of that. PrimeIVSTG.com. And, of course, Pauly and Soda Weight Loss. Pauly's down 6 pounds in about 2 weeks, and we're counting on 6 LBs gone this week.
That's right. We're going to work towards it. Gym every day, stick to the plan with Soda Weight Loss, and it can happen.
Why did you choose Soda Weight Loss? Was it the accountability factor? And I know you're big on that, just having that nutritionist on call anytime you need.
I mean, I've done diets, I've done workout plans, I've done all kinds of different things, and accountability is big with me because if I don't have anyone to answer to, sometimes I can stray a little bit and eat bad food and stuff like that. So it helps having that weekly call. And they were even texting me yesterday to ask me if the changes we made last call are going into effect. So they're constantly checking in, and which is a good thing for me.
They have a good offer right now, too.
They do. If you are a couple wanting to do it together, Soda Weight Loss, take the journey. It is one transformation you buy and then one for free. So it's a pretty good deal.
So you can do it together.
Yeah, that's
It's always better to have a partner. I always get more out of my workouts when I go lift with somebody else rather than just by myself.
Oh, I hate going to work out by myself. I hate dieting by myself. So I've got both of those boxes checked right now. So sodaweightloss.com to sign up, or 866-800-SODA.
Some of the trending stories that we really didn't dive into today. We spent a lot of time on college basketball at the start of the show, recapping the Utes and the Aggies' losses last night in the Mountain West and the Big 12. We were high on Keontae George. He made Paulie's penthouse today.
Yes.
So did Kurt Signetti,
yes.
among others. Drew Timme was probably my favorite.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a toss-up because I love it when I'm right.
Yeah.
And I told you Drew Timme would not be a European basketball player. He would make it to the NBA. And it's taken a while out of Gonzaga to establish himself. But now with the Lakers, had a pretty good night last night.
That's right.
So he still only played 9 career NBA games, but it's better than 0.
He's breaking in, and I was wrong.
Yeah.
And I thought he'd play a lot more EuroLeague games by now.
And you know I love Rashid Shaheed.
That's right. Mm-hmm. I had a good Would You Rather on tap.
Ooh, save it for
We'll
tomorrow.
do that tomorrow.
I did. There was a couple.
You did. It made,
Mike McDaniel looks like he's going to become the new Chargers offensive coordinator. No head coaches hired today yet. If you had to look in your crystal ball, Tara, will somebody get a new job in the NFL today by the end of the day? Yes or no?
Yes.
Paulie, yes or no?
I think
so. We're getting towards
still
that
6 teams looking to hire a head coach, right? We have 6 vacancies still to this point in time.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get into the latest news and rumors, especially when it pertains to the Las Vegas Raiders and their coaching search tomorrow on the program. We've got high school basketball tonight on the network. Tune in for the action live stream only. So you have to go to our website or our YouTube page to watch Dixie at Pineview tonight, 7 o'clock. Also tonight, pregame 7:45, 8 o'clock tip-off. The old Pac-West rivalry renewed. Cal Baptist hosting Utah Tech. Rod Zunno will have the call right here on the radio dial, the Fan Sports Network. You guys have a great one.